Hey my dudes, McCarty here. Today we've got a brand new look at the Warlock's new subclass from Destiny 2 Beyond Light Stasis abilities, the Shadebinder. Bungie's released a whole bunch of new information specific to this class, including abilities, some promo footage, and even how the skill trees are going to work. So we're going to go to Bungie.com together, and we're going to look through all the materials, go over it for the first time together. Stay tuned. All right, my dudes, here we go. We're going to dive in. Right now we're on Bungie.net's Stasis landing page. We're going to take a look at the featured piece here, and then we'll move over to the article that talks specifically about the Warlock's Shadebinder. So we can kind of go and see here. We've got a new tab. The Warlock Shadebinder now pops up. You can click this. We've got a nice infographic here, nice visual. The Warlock's harnessing this little crystal. That's pretty cool looking. Warlock Shadebinder. The staff sealed my hands in rhyme, and the song resonated through my flesh. I was its instrument, and it was mine. When we sang, be still to the world, it would obey. Interesting. Very cool. All right. Shadebinder Super. Winter's Wrath. Summon a powerful stasis staff whose projectiles instantly freeze their targets. Detonate the staff's crystal to send a shockwave of destruction towards your frozen foes, shattering them in the process. Very cool. Melee Penumbral Blast. Fire stasis energy from your staff and freeze opponents in their tracks. That's really, really cool. All right, so that's just the initial teaser. Got this nice little floaty guy here. That's cool. And we have now, it looks like a specific little video. We'll watch this together and then move over to the article. Turn this up for you guys to the full screen. We'll make this 1080, make sure we're good. All right. This is pretty dope. I like this new, I like this like dubstep playlist. This is pretty cool. All right, the Shadebinder, Fracture with Frost. It's pretty cool. Okay. So that's the Shatter. Awesome. Okay, so cool. Just a nice little teaser. That's pretty dope. I'm going to have the links, chat, to the Bungie Stasis page as well as the Stasis Spotlight on Warlock both in the description. So if you guys want to check these links out, I'll have them in the video description. All right, so now we can move over to Stasis Spotlight Warlock Shadebinder. Okay, this is a nice little infographic. The Warlock Shadebinder, Fracture with Frost. Keen masters of destruction, launching projectiles, freezing as many enemies as possible, and shattering them all in one fell swoop. The Shadebinder ensures no foe is left standing. Okay. Winter's Wrath. Shadebinders harness the power of darkness to summon a stasis staff. Very cool. Shatter Shockwave. The Shadebinder detonates the crystal on their staff, creating a devastating shockwave that shatters all nearby frozen enemies. Very cool. Very, very cool. Penumbral Blast. Fire stasis projectiles from their staff that explode on impact. Enemies hit by the crystalline shrapnel are immediately frozen solid. Okay. So that seems like you could probably do some pretty heavy lifting there. Okay. Welcome to the first in a series of Stasis Spotlight articles. We'll be taking a look at Stasis via each of the 3 Guardian classes in Destiny 2. Stasis is the first new elemental power to Destiny since the original trio of Arc, Solar, and Void, and its introduction in Beyond Light will have ramifications for players across all aspects of the game, from narrative to combat to the way in which players will customize their Guardians. Each Guardian class will feature a new Stasis subclass with Beyond Light, and, as you might expect, each class will use Stasis in a unique way. Stasis is the domain of control, an element of power that is less about outright aggression and more about careful control of enemy combatants in space, sometimes even using the powers of Stasis in a defensive way. Hunters zipping by in the blink of an eye while slowing down opponents in stasis fields. Titans smashing their fists to the ground, launching jagged eruptions of stasis crystals from the earth. No matter which class you prefer, Stasis will change the way you play Destiny 2. By commanding Stasis in Beyond Light, players will have access to new powers that change their approach to a fight. In combat, Stasis can manifest in multiple ways, including freezing or slowing opponents, creating crystalline stasis structures, and even shattering frozen combatants. This range of options gives players more ability to control large-scale fights than ever before. That's really cool. I think aggro has always been a problem in Destiny. I like this little infographic here. Nice cut of the Warlock. No class embodies the concept of freezing better than the Warlock Shadebinder. Imbued by stasis energy, the Shadebinder can summon a stasis staff that fires projectiles which can freeze opponents, immediately rendering them immobile. The Shader's Penumbral Blast melee attack is a quick burst of stasis energy that erupts from the staff and instantly freezes anyone it hits. From there, the Warlock can either deal with the frozen foes or leave them be and move on to more immediate threats. If you're looking to combine freezing with destruction, look no further than the Shadebinder's super, Winter's Wrath. Here, the Shadebinder summons their stasis staff and fires projectiles that instantly freeze opponents. The second stage begins, and the fight ends when the Guardian raises their staff, detonates its stasis crystal, and sends a devastating shatter shockwave that disintegrates nearby frozen opponents. Customizing stasis. If you've played Destiny for long enough, you know that choosing the right subclass for each situation can be crucial to the outcome of a fight. Titans have their bubbles, Warlocks have their wells, skilled Guardians know how important these abilities can be in a pinch. With Beyond Light and Stasis, we're giving you even more flexibility to customize your subclass to your style of play. Awesome. So this is a new look at the Stasis tree. This is how subclass trees are going to work. Very, very cool. So it looks like abilities. This is your Rift, and it looks like you'll be able to rotate these in and out. Probably, that's really, really cool. Okay. I love this infographic of the Warlock just chilling with this like stasis crystal. It's really cool. All right. Each stasis subclass in Beyond Light will give players the ability to customize abilities like grenades, movement modes, class abilities, and so on with. In addition, we've added new layers of customization with the addition of aspects and fragments. Okay. Aspects manifest as physical items in the world, such as a crystallized vest conflux or robotic fallen arm, for example. When slotted in, aspects will offer players new abilities among other effects. These abilities can be mixed and matched freely by the player. Many aspects will have space for fragments to be slotted in. Fragments are also physical items you can discover in the world that, when applied to aspects, offer additional passive perks, such as stat bonuses that may come with penalties. Very cool. Aspect upgrades are unique to each stasis subclass, while fragment slots are class agnostic. How players combine these two different types of field upgrades will lead to a range of customization options. Very cool. Okay. Frost Pulse is the stasis aspect. I've seen this. Casting your Rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants. Very, very cool. All right. And Whisper of Bonds, this is a stasis fragment, not an aspect. Defeating frozen targets with weapons grants you super energy, -10 intellect, -10 discipline. Okay, that's cool. So you get a nice new passive ability at the cost. It's risk and reward. Very, very dope. I love this. For example, a Warlock finds a Frost Pulse aspect in the world and equips it. This aspect augments their Rift ability, which now freezes any enemies caught in the field. The Frost Pulse aspect also has a fragment slot available, allowing further customization. This Warlock decides to slot in the Whisper of Refraction fragment that replenishes some of their class ability energy upon shattering enemies. They now have set themselves up with a nice 1-2 punch, and if played skillfully, can use this combo frequently. With its focus on freezing and shattering, the Shadebinder subclass promises to give Guardians yet another reason to love their floaty, book-loving Warlocks. But no matter which class you like, all players will be able to take advantage of aspects and fragments that unlock even more ways to make your Guardian yours. In our next article coming this Thursday, we'll be pointing out the stasis spotlight of the class that loves to punch first and ask questions later, the Titan Behemoth. In the meantime, check out the Stasis hub page to learn more about Stasis. And we've got some nice screen grabs here. This is the Warlock floating around. This is pretty cool. I love this, like the jagged, I talked about this last week in my video, but I really, really love the jagged look that comes with being enveloped in stasis. Okay, and then that's really cool. That's firing the stasis pulses, or the stasis orbs rather, almost like the Shrieker bolts. Really, really cool. These are some great high-res images. I'm going to use one of these for the thumbnail. Okay. Pretty dope. Looking forward. We'll have another video on Thursday that'll be talking about the Titan Behemoth. All right, my dudes, that's it for now. We've got our first real detailed look at how subclasses are going to work this fall in Beyond Light. We got a great new in-depth look at the Destiny 2 Warlock Shadebinder. We're going to have another video up on Thursday that'll be discussing the ins and outs of the Titan Behemoth, which is where I'm personally leaning a little bit more towards right now, but that may change this week and next week when we get information on the Titan and the Hunter. So, until Thursday, make sure to like the video, drop a comment below. What do you guys think of the Shadebinder? You excited? You going to be floating around freezing things? You a little bit more excited for some of the other subclasses? Let me know. If you haven't already subscribed, we'd love to get you there. There's a Discord link in the video to drop that. Come talk to me outside of videos. Let's talk about Stasis. Let's talk about lore. And in the meantime, make party on. See you, my dudes. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment below with what you're going to be playing in November, and subscribe.